some time. Mm-hmm. Welcome to the room.
Yes.
Over here, what is it? Finishing my throat.
It's Jannelle's vomit.
Exactly.
So,
Tara in the house.
I'm going to take a break while Jannelle does work.
My kitchen. Do you see my kitchen? Look, that's my kitchen right there. Do you see that? It's like, hello, do I have enough gel to put it in the back? Sorry, y'all. So, yes, we're talking about the flag. So, the pro-life movement and some groups and pro-life advocates are getting together to develop a pro-life flag project. And they're hoping that it will be flown as a unifying symbol for the pro-life cause. They have different finalists in line. They want people to help design the flag. This is why did they have this one up? Is this the one,
this is not
number one contender?
The final answer. But this is like an example of what a pro-life flag could look like.
Okay,
this is not the one that's picked. That won't be announced
we
until
heard
June
that
20
part
or July
already.
24th.
We already heard that.
July 24th.
You already said that.
So don't share this and say, look, there's a new pro-life flag. There's not. It hasn't been announced yet.
Yeah, don't be screenshotting that and sharing it.
That's an example of what it could look like. You see? Okay. But the big question we have is at the end, because she's done again. She's checking out. So,
oh, Tammy Sue, what's up? Tammy, that's one person. Sue is another person. I said it like it was like her middle name. Tammy Sue.
It's like Peggy Sue. It's an old song. You wouldn't know about that.
Okay.
So, does this help? Like the idea of a pro-life flag? Did you tell them about the whole like rainbow flag thing?
Yeah. So, where are you here?
So it's supposed to be
an
answer to the rainbow flag.
What is wrong with you?
The goal would be that it would be a license-free thing where you can like use it for whatever without paying, and that it would be competitive in terms of the scope and recognizability of the LGBTQ flag, right? So here's the question. I mean, they want to unify people who love life and hate abortion. We're certainly pro-life.
Remind people of the reality of abortion, and also letting people know that there's a movement out there to abolish it. That's what the flag's about.
Yeah.
But the question becomes, we have to be what I call then what thinkers. So
Jennifer Jones!
Just because an idea exists
Miss
in and of
Diola.
itself in a vacuum is good.
I'm sorry.
Doesn't mean that it's a wise decision. So like, for example, you know, I want a bowl of ice cream right now. I want 2 bowls of ice cream. As a matter of fact, no, I want 5.
Exactly.
That sounds good.
I want to eat this. Is that wise? No.
But it's not necessarily good for you.
Exactly.
Okay, so
No, I'm still holding.
I know.
does the idea of creating a flag for the pro-life cause, does that help the pro-life cause? Does that help?
What are your thoughts? Let us know. You've been very mature today. I'm over here running my mouth and you just don't say anything. You just keep talking. Good job. What's up, Super Mom on YouTube? If you are watching YouTube, comment, introduce yourself, say hello, and make sure to subscribe. So is the flag helpful? I am very pro-life. I was telling Brian on air. I'm more pro-life than him.
Hey,
How did you know?
Me no backs. I'm more no backs.
Yeah, very pro-life.
You're not very pro-life.
What'd you say?
Compared to me, you're not very pro-life.
Yes, I am. I got 6 kids. How many you got?
I
was
5.
like, I love life.
I got 2 dogs.
I gave birth. What did you
And I love my dogs.
Mike says, where will they use it? How about just using the Christian flag? So one example, bumper stickers they're mentioning, fly it, like you got to
A
post.
flagpole.
Yeah, on your house.
Take
you
down
can put
your
it on your
Cleveland
house.
Browns flag.
Hello. Exactly. Y'all all about Cleveland Browns.
The better question is, Mike, where wouldn't you fly it?
Thank you.
Wow.
I would not feel comfortable putting that on my door. People would fly that, I guess, on their house. Because I don't think it would send the right message that I want to send to my neighbors, which is, I mentioned on air, a welcoming, loving message, not inclusive, but I would feel like I'm picking a fight. This is who I am, and especially that whole going against the LGBTQ flag. I don't like the tone of the purpose of it. Jennifer says, while I like the idea of flags, I can see the flag being weaponized. That's it, my girl. Against those who do not agree with the pro-life movement. We have seen that in the last few years with the different flags. That's what I'm saying. And then the same with bumper stickers. I just don't see the purpose helping us with what I want, which is to to change hearts, to minister to people that are in very, very vulnerable situations. And if I was a woman in that, I've known throughout the years, so you won't know who it is, Christian women that love the Lord that have told me, yo, I've been in this situation and I'm familiar with, and I've considered it. So it's made them like compassionate, because they're like, yo, when you're in tough situations like that, you can even consider it. And I'm thinking, yo, to be that person to weaponize a flag like that when you're in such a tough, like, why would you come to me and talk to me about like, yo, can you help me think through this? That's where I don't think it would be effective to what we want, which is transform the mom's heart so she would choose life. What about you?
So you're saying, while it can send a positive message, we can't control that it also might send a negative message.
Right. And I think most of the positive message would be to other pro-life movement people. They'll be like, yeah, that's what we're about. But that's not where I want my message to be sent. I want my message to be sent to people who disagree with me. And I don't think they'll receive it in the way that I am sending it. Do you agree, disagree? Am I tripping? I never trip. I walk straight. Get it? Angie says, Angie says, I understand what you're saying, Jannelle. You want to leave the door open for conversation. The flag may close that door before it opens. I think so, only because of what we've done with the message of pro-life. We have used it, like Jennifer says, we've weaponized it. We've made it a fight. Even the whole thing that LGBTQ comes up at all in that article is like, why are you talking about them? Like, it doesn't feel right.
You also can't control how everyone uses the flag.
Yeah.
Right, so you might have a peaceful means for it, but somebody else could ruin it, essentially, right, without your control.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking of a parallel, much less serious example. Much less serious example. So, our old station manager, Scott Cruz, was not a Cleveland Indians fan. He loved the New York Yankees.
And not even the Cubs. Isn't he from Chicago?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, he intentionally he went to a Cleveland Indians game and intentionally wore all his Yankees gear.
What? Oh my gosh.
Now, he could say, oh, I just like the Yankees.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wearing this.
Yeah.
How did it go over, do you think?
Did he have any stories?
He got heckled
What?
by people. He was causing a problem.
Yeah.
Walking around at a Cleveland Indians game
For real.
wearing his Yankees stuff.
He wasn't scared? Did he have his boys with him to help him?
No. But he thought he was like intentionally kind of driving people a little nuts. He was poking people. Can't you see someone using a pro-life flag like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so it messes and muddies up what I would want, even if I have good motives. But you brought up a good point earlier, which is like, don't get a big head, but you brought up a good point about the flag is the same way, and we should feel very proud about flying the American flag, but people use it recently. You know?
And people have used it for the cause of wickedness.
Yeah.
I mean, there were people busting into the United States Capitol in January carrying American flags. You know what I mean? So.
But you brought up that good point. So why is this different? I still stand by what I say with the pro-life, and you mentioned flags are good. You know, like, and we brought up examples. Why is this one not good in your opinion?
Well, there's a subtle, another subtle thought would be, you'd think pregnancy centers all over America will raise these flags. Actually, I think they would not raise these flags.
Why?
There's a specific reason, because a lot of them, they're not deceptive in nature, but they're intentionally nebulous. They're a pregnancy resource center. They're whatever they call themselves. Because what they want is they want someone who's considering abortion to visit them so they can help gently change their mind. And so if you start flying the pro-life flag in front of a pregnancy center, suddenly it's like having a neon sign that says, no abortions here, no abortions here. And you may not get those people who inadvertently are looking for one. And there's wonderful stories of people doing that, accidentally going to the Christian pregnancy center and ending up choosing life.
Yeah. Very true. That's why I love pregnancy resource centers. A couple things. Number one, that's messed up because he told you during the show he texted it in. First of all, I am honored to have Charles Walker here with us. I know he is a busy man. He's in leadership at a restaurant. He's amazing. Usually, Team Jannelle.
That is the furthest thing from the truth. He is never on Team Jannelle.
It is his birthday. That's messed up. Happy birthday, Charles. I care about you. So I'm going to say happy birthday. I care.
And we all know, if you were to take, come back here. If you were to take the two of us, and you were to guess which one of us would be from Compton, you'd always pick me.
You look like you from Compton. Yeah.
You see me, I grew up with, right?
Right, exactly.
Right?
Wow.
So,
oh, go ahead.
But by the way, as a side note, my wife was texting me an important reminder too. We don't have time to go down the entire road of this, but there is such a thing as an ectopic pregnancy.
Yeah.
An ectopic pregnancy is something that Sarah and I experienced, and she almost died from one that ruptured. There is no way to save both the mother and the baby.
Right.
Either you save the mother or both mom and baby die. That's the only option you have. And so it is one of the only circumstances in which a Christian can ethically make a real difficult decision to save the life of the mother. Now, get into that if you want to dig into that more yourself. But it's a possibility that you've got because when we went through that, people would sneak in my office at Moody, close the door and whisper to me about their experience with their family.
Yeah.
They were afraid of the response they would get from people who would be ignorantly pro-life to not know about the nuances. And that could, so all that to say, that could result in it being a painful thing for someone to see who was stuck in an ectopic pregnancy and has to look at some pro-life flag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that they are pro-life themselves. It's that the pain of what they experienced makes it.
If you're on YouTube, introduce yourself. I want to welcome Ori. Make sure to subscribe. Everybody's saying happy birthday. Well, a lot of people. Happy birthday to Charles. Mike is asking a good question. I want to get to Taisha. What's up? But first, I want to go to Nathaniel, who's a faithful watcher. He says, I have a prayer request. Pray for Vernon Miller family. They are our neighbors and lost their 15-year-old daughter in a bike accident.
Oof.
Many are connecting with Nathaniel.
Oh yeah, please send your prayers. Lord, be with that family, the Vernon Miller family, in this terrible tragedy.
Yeah.
Draw them closer to you, and folks, put that down on your prayer list. Make sure you like his post or heart or whatever the hugging one is now too. You can do that one. Send some encouragement his way.
Taisha says, oh wait, she's praying with Nathaniel. Thank you, Taisha. Angie's praying as well. Mike says, he's going to rephrase this question. So he said, where would be?
Where would they fly the flag that would be beneficial to the movement?
Thank you for helping. Yes.
I would say it could be beneficial at like a pro-life march, like the March for Life.
Yeah.
Couldn't it? I mean, it's a
yeah, but then that's
symbol.
my point. The flag then is for your tribe. You know? So is it effective for the pro-life movement? What is your purpose? To save babies and right? Right? If you fly it at the march, people that don't agree with you, are they really watching the march? Can you help me here, my guy?
What do you mean? I'm just saying, like, I think that could be a legitimate purpose.
It could be, but I'm saying, would it help their purpose, their movement, to fly it at the march?
I think it's neutral. It wouldn't help or hurt.
Okay.
It'd be a
thing.
Yeah,
yes, that's a good point.
Mike is saying that would be a medical. You were talking about ectopic pregnancy, a medical procedure, and not an abortion. Actually, Mike, that's incorrect. Love you, bro. Not correct at all. The chemical they give you is the same chemical they would give to cause a pregnancy to be terminated at that stage of gestation, and it is a procedure in which the life of a baby that's not a viable pregnancy is ended. So it really, tomato, it's both.
Yeah. Supermom on YouTube says, not sure if this is a question or a comment, but hasn't the ideal of pro-life been hijacked by politics? Flying a pro-life flag might become more a political statement.
And that's the thing, that I think the idea of being pro-life is not a political ideology. The idea of being pro-life is a biblical faith thing. It's part of the DNA of someone who follows Christ, is someone who values the dignity and the preservation of human life. And so it's one of the things that comes with being a follower of Christ. So to me, the headline is not my pro-life status. The headline is Christ. And as that would be my identity as someone who values human life.
Yeah.
Just as much as my identity would be in Christ, someone who values helping the poor and fighting against racism and injustice. You know, so yeah, I get it. I agree. Flags have become political symbols.
It is time to go. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. Hello. Leave a comment and ring that bell so that you'll be notified when we release an episode. By Jennifer. Jennifer says, I think I missed something. Brian, are you saying it's wrong to have surgery for an ectopic pregnancy? Do you want to clarify?
Oh, no. So, my wife had pointed out, because her and I experienced an ectopic pregnancy, that oftentimes when it comes to the pro-life movement, people are insensitive in the midst of their passion, and they forget about what an ectopic pregnancy is and how it works, and how dangerous it is, and how there really is no solution for which the baby can survive. And so oftentimes it can come across as callous when people ignorantly say things like, there's never a time when the life of the mother is a question. There's never a time.
Right.
And that's just not true.
Right.
So I was talking more about a sensitivity, not that. It's complicated.